Hey guys, it's Saturday evening. I just got home. We had a long day with the kids, visiting grandma and grandpa. And just before I left, something arrived. Dun, 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 dun. The book. So I'm going to open it here with you. You may not be watching this Saturday night, but here we go. Anyways, so let's see here. I didn't know when it was going to come in. They just told me that it was ordered. All right. Whoa. Here it is. Predictably broken. Straight talk on failures in biopharma operations and how to fix them. I don't know what to say. This is a little bit unreal. This is a little bit of my life and my experience in biopharma operations, and it has a lot to do with what I learned by connecting with people, asking people a lot of questions, doing my own research to understand things a little bit more deeply, understand what people were doing around me. And in there, it took a number of years, and then I saw something. I saw this foundation that was lacking. I'm really looking forward to reading some of these excerpts. I'm hoping to post a couple videos so that you can get a picture of what we're doing, of what we did with this. Here's that's the nexus there, the Biopharma nexus. It's that network of connections that keeps your operations moving. And I talk a lot about that. I had to come up with a name. Everybody has their own name for their own framework, but this was something that explained to me why the approach works, why these groups and these functions were so important in operations. This has been a lot of work, and we're still not done, And as I wrote it, it really gave me clarity when I really didn't have the language to talk about it. I fumbled a lot when people asked, well, what do you do? Sure, I've had very standard, project manager, I had program manager role, I had another, lab manager, but all of those side quests, as you read about, really expanded what I learned. And I cannot be more thankful to everybody that has been a part of my career that has helped me get into their world in finance, in legal, in clinical, R&D. I had a lot of direct experience, obviously, from working in the lab. However, folks bringing me into their science, CMC groups, pharmacovigilance groups, IT groups, just so many different folks across my career, even folks that run budgets through academia and explaining to me and telling me about their process and why certain things are so cumbersome. And there's things that we can see, and there's things that are there, and we have to stop ignoring those signs. Because if you want nutrition to change, you want the culture to feel healthy, you want a rhythm. You don't even have to own the company. You can just want to be happy going to work in biopharma. I mean, it's great. We get to work in science and develop medicines for people and therapies and medical devices. You're literally giving back to society. That's how I see this. And we owe it to those people that are counting on the intelligence, the creativity, the innovation, the teamwork. These things can't be done alone. So when we highlight those connections we have to other people, other teams, other functions, it changes us fundamentally. And what I love about this cover the most, there's a little bit of science in there. There's a little bit, there's the compass in there, because we're always trying to follow a direction, follow the direction of our leaders, of our managers, follow the vision of the company. And sometimes this compass is broken, and it gives us this false sense of direction, because if you look at it, you're still kind of going north, right? You're still kind of going towards that North Star. But the longer, and these projects and these, taking assets from an idea all the way through, the 10-year lifespan, that is a lot of time where if you're going right next to North Star and slightly off, in those 10 years, you are going to be very far away. And we catch some things, and other things we're firefighting. When you feel like things are firefighting, you should be looking at your operations and ask yourself, what can we do differently? What do we have? What are we leveraging? What are we not leveraging? Who is it impacting? What is the priority at a fundamental level? And when I say what is the priority, it doesn't mean to be the best company. Well, what does that mean? What do you define as the attributes of working in biopharma operations that would give you a smooth rhythm to the business, to working, and you're still nailing all of your goals? And when the time comes that you're able to look back and see your growth as an organization, when you actually stop to think about what you're trying to do and fix your operations, create your culture through operations, it changes the way you work every day. It changes the way your relationships are with your colleagues and how well these cross-functional projects, because you're not doing anything alone. Most of us are not. We're working with partnerships. We're working with collaborations internally, externally. We're working with vendors and other solution providers into the biopharma industry. Fix those operations. Fix those operations so that your compass isn't broken. And that when the wind carries you a little bit in one direction, your compass still knows how to get back. That is what this is about. I'm so happy that I could bring this to you all, because this is a lens into that map that I see. And it gets us to start talking about it. Don't sweep it under the rug. Let's think about your organization as a living system that you have to continuously manage. Systems need to be managed. They don't just happen. So we need to be thoughtful about how we do those operations. It's also really cool to have a book. These are the things that I felt, and these are some of the stories that I went through, and some of the theory that I learned in school that opened my aperture more to understand what I was seeing. Because I know all of us out there look at some of the things we do and go, is this really how we have to do this? And the answer, probably not. So do something about it. Do something about it. And order Predictably Broken, which is now on pre-sale. You can go to books2read.com/predictably broken, and you can choose from any one of your favorite booksellers to Barnes & Noble's, Amazon. You can do Kindle, you can do there's plenty of ebook options. But I'm excited that we could bring this to you. And just a note about the size. This was designed to be more of a pocket manual. I want you to take this book and read it through, and then keep it close by. And create tags and put things in there and pin some of these foundational ideas, so that as you go through your workday, as you think about how does my work impact the people around me, it's not just moving digital information from one group to the next. It's how you're doing it. It's how you're interacting. It's how you're focusing on the priorities to create your requirements. Okay. It's really taking a step back and asking yourself, how connected are we? That's the Biopharma Nexus. And the book, Predictably Broken. Thanks, guys, for being a part of this. I'm so excited. I just want to go in and start pulling out tabs and highlighting. And I've done so many. There's such a long process to get into a completed product. And I just have to say thank you to everyone that's helped me get this far, from the photographer to my book, my self-publishing book team, book launchers. They essentially project manage the development of this book. So cannot be understated. You will get something out of this book. You will get something out of here. If not a new way of thinking, it might be a perspective that you needed. It might be ideas in how do I get started even? How do I do anything to change the way I operate, the way my team operates, the way my management operates? Take a pause. Maybe you can read it in a weekend. Thanks, guys, for being a part of this and being with me as I opened my new book, Predictably Broken. Catch you guys later.